Hello and welcome to this video on Vault. There comes a point very soon in Ansible development where sensitive information will need to be accounted for and secured, ideally whilst providing the functionality that was originally intended. For these situations, a useful tool is the Ansible Vault, which, as the name suggests, allows you to vault and unvault information as desired. In this video, we'll be looking at how you can use Vault to encrypt and decrypt variables, how it can be used to encrypt and decrypt files, re-encrypting data, and using multiple vaults. Okay, so we're in revision 1, and if you recall, for our Ubuntu hosts, we use the Ansible_become_pass entry. If we take a look in this revision, this has been removed. And at this point, if we try to use the Ansible ad hoc tool, we should experience failures. Okay, let's see how we can change this in favor of a vault for this password. We're going to create a vault entry for our Ansible_become_pass variable. Okay, so we're using the Ansible-vault tool. We're telling it that we wish to encrypt a string. We're prompting it to ask us for the vault password. We're giving this a name, and this is the variable name of Ansible_become_pass, and we're giving it the value of password. If we press return on this, I'm going to enter the password vault pass. And there we are, encryption has been successful. We can now take this entry and add it to our corresponding group vars file. As we are now using a vault, we will need to supply the vault information. Ansible has a convenient flag called --ask-vault-pass that we can use for this. And again, I'm going to enter the vault password in. In my case, this is vault pass. Okay, great. And that's worked as expected. Let's go into revision 2. And in this example, we have an external variables file. Quite a simple example with just one key value there. Let's use the Ansible Vault to encrypt this file. Okay, so quite simple. Ansible Vault, the action we want to perform, which is encrypt, and the name of the file. And again, I'm going to enter here vault pass. Okay, great. Encryption successful. If we take a look at that file now, you can see we've got our encrypted data. In this directory, we also have a playbook. And the playbook is quite simple. In the vars section there, it's making use of our external vault vars file. You don't have to actually do anything different here to specify that it's actually encrypted with Ansible Vault. This is automatically detected as part of Ansible. Let's run this playbook, and when we do, we also need to provide the vault password using the ask vault pass option. Okay, and I'm going to enter the password here of vault pass. Okay, great. And two things have actually happened on this. Firstly, the vault has been decrypted for the Ansible Become password, and we know that because this is successfully run against the Ubuntu hosts which require that, and we've also decoded our external variable file. There's some other good things we can do with the Ansible Vault tool. So if we wish, we can decrypt the external Vault vars file. Again, previously we used the keyword of encrypt, we just changed this to decrypt. And we enter the Vault password. Again, this is Vault Pass. And that is decrypted successfully. If we take a look, that's as expected. For now, let's re-encrypt this. And we'll enter the same pass again, Vault Pass. Okay, great, that's done. And the reason I wanted to actually re-encrypt this, should there be a requirement for password rotation, Ansible Vault has the option of rekey to actually decrypt and re-encrypt the file for us. We try this out. Okay, so this is asking for the current password, which is Vault Pass. And then we've got the new password, which I'm going to put as Vault Pass 2. And again, confirm that. Okay, brilliant. Rekey successful. If we want to view the contents of an encrypted file, we can do the following. Quite simply, we use the option of View. Again, it's going to ask us for our password, which in this case is now Vault Pass 2. And there, we can see the contents of the file. Should we wish to, it's also possible to specify the password via a file. So what we're going to do, I'm just going to echo the password. And we'll redirect that to a file. And what we're going to do is we're going to use Ansible Vault with View again. And the parameter we want here, --vault -password -file. Then we give it the actual file name to look up the password. And this will be the file that we want to view. And this time it should actually view this without prompting us because it's going to read that password from the password file. Okay, great. Another way in which we can ask for the password is through the Vault-ID option with a parameter of @prompt. Let's take a look at this. Okay, and I'm going to enter the password in, Vault Pass 2. Okay, and we can see it. The reason I actually show this is this approach is interesting as the --vault-ID provides other flexibility outside of it being an input for password. We can actually use this with named vaults and we can actually point it at file names. The format for this would typically be the name of the vault @ and then what you would actually have here would either be a file name or, as we just saw, prompt. So I'm just going to Control-C there. And we can use that example to make reference to our password file. So, Ansible-vault view --vault ID. We're going to skip the name of the vault because we haven't actually got one. And then we use the @ and the file name, which in our case is password_file, and then the external vault vars. Okay, great. For now, let's get rid of that password file. Let's decrypt our file and let's see how we can actually make use of named vaults. So first of all, we'll decrypt it. And I entered vault pass 2 there, and that's decrypted. And what we'll try doing is encrypting this, but we'll give this vault a name of vars. And when we request, we'll tell it to prompt us for the password. So the action we want to perform is an encrypt. We want to give a vault ID. We want to give it the name of vars, so we're naming the vault vars. And then we use the @ symbol. And we're going to tell it to prompt us for the password. And then we're going to pass it the external vault vars file. Okay, and for this one, I'm just going to put the password as vars pass. And again, vars pass. Okay, and that's encrypted successfully. And something I want to point out here, if you actually now look at your encrypted data, you can see there we've got the addition of vars on the actual vault because this is a named vault. Whilst we're at it, let's also do a named vault for our variable for the Ansible _become _pass. So just to recap here, this was Ansible-vault. We want to encrypt a string. We want to specify a vault ID. This time we're going to call the vault SSH. We're going to prompt. And we need to pass in the key and the value. And this one I'm just going to call SSH pass. And for this one, I'm going to use SSH pass as the password. Okay, great. You can see that's encrypted and we have the addition of SSH there to show it's a named vault. Let's take this value and update the existing group vars. So now we have a playbook that relies on two different vault passwords, one for external vars, one for SSH passwords. Let's try this out. So we run Ansible-playbook and we'll specify our first vault, which is vars, and we want it to prompt us for the password. And we'll specify the second one. And again, we'll ask it to prompt us for the password. And we'll specify the playbook name that we're executing. Okay, so it's asking us for the first one, and here I'm going to enter vars pass. And the second one, SSH pass. Okay, great. And that's executed as expected. So far, we've encrypted files. We've also done individual variables. It's also possible to encrypt entire playbooks. For example, this time we'll use a vault identifier of playbook. Again, we'll ask it to prompt us for the password. And I'm going to put the password here as playbook pass. Okay, great. If you actually have a look now at the playbook, you can see that that's all encrypted. And let's bring up our previous execution of the playbook. And let's change this so we're also prompting for the playbook vault password. Okay, so let's enter our vars pass and SSH pass for this value. And lastly, playbook pass. Beautiful. Okay, so that's actually used 3 different vaults with 1 playbook. Okay, that's it for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. Please join me in the next section, Structuring Ansible Playbooks.